So the pay-per-view numbers for the Deontay Wilder versus Robert Helenius are in. And as you guys can tell by the title, the numbers are not so good in my opinion. It ended up being lower than I expected or than I predicted. To those who don't know, the event between Wilder and Robert Helenius was on Fox pay-per-view. It was on pay-per-view for $75. Yes, this event was $75. The co-feature, the co-main event, was the Caleb Plant versus Anthony Durrell fight, which is not a bad fight. It ended up ending with a spectacular knockout with Caleb Plant knocking out Durrell. But obviously, the main attraction are Wilder and Helenius. And according to Dan Rafael on his website on Fight Freaks Unite, he learned that, and I'll just read this first part right here. So it says, and I quote, it reads, the Deontay Wilder Robert Helenius fight generated approximately 75,000 pay-per-view buys in the United States. Multiple sources with knowledge of the event told Fight Freaks Unite. So, yeah, and apparently, I'll read this part too. So, that figure includes buys across all platforms, be it linear pay-per-view on cable, television, satellite services, as well as digital platforms such as payperview.com and Fight TV. Wow, I thought this was just the. I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was just the cable pay-per-view, but it turns out it also includes the other digital platforms as well as payperview.com and Fight TV. That's crazy. $75, bro. So with that price tag, it generated more than 5.6 million in domestic television revenue. So 5.6 million with that amount of pay-per-view buys. Now I don't know how much Wilder and Helenius got paid. I don't know what their guarantees were. But for the event to generate 5.6, I don't know what the gate was as well. So yeah, I'd imagine that Wilder and Helenius aren't really getting a big cut from that pay-per-view revenue. So anyway, $75,000 pay-per-view buys is a little low in my opinion. I expected at least 100,000 pay-per-view buys, but I guess it just goes to show that pay-per-view, if you just keep putting fights on pay-per-view, it won't help. Plus, it didn't help that this event took place with another event going on for free. To those who don't know, the Devin Haney versus George Kambosos fight took place basically at the same time around this event, and yeah, that fight, the rematch between Haney and Kambosos, I forgot to make a video about it, but I'll make another video about it as well. Did more than 900,000 views on average. Like I think it was 930 or something like that. I need to double check. So a lot of people were watching the Devin Haney versus George Kambosos rematch instead of this one. But yeah, $75,000. I mean, I can't blame people for not wanting to buy this. I mean, $75 to see this fight. I know it was more of a comeback fight for Wilder, but I think everybody agreed that this fight shouldn't be on pay-per-view, that it should just be on regular Fox or regular Showtime, not a pay-per-view type fight. Joshua, now that's a pay-per-view fight. Andy Ruiz, now that's a pay-per-view fight. This fight, nah. I guess it's in as much as I'd love to see boxing succeed. These are the type of fights that we can't really support. Honestly, I probably would have bought it as well if there were no boxing events taking place that day other than this. I probably would have bought it, but there was a lot of boxing going on that day, a lot of boxing. So, buying it was like nah. For that price tag, it was a nah. At least from my part. So I'm not one of those 75,000 people that paid $75 to watch this event. So, anyway, I still watched it. Just didn't pay the pay-per-view. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And like always, have a great day. Alright, thanks.